What's going on, YouTube? I'm the Brotator Chip, and today we're back with another official Phasmophobia weekly challenge video. And today we are going to be going back to the Stone Age, where there's going to be no electronic equipment whatsoever. The primitive challenge says, I'm afraid all the electronic equipment has short-circuited. You'll have to make do without on 10 Ridgeview Court. Now, when you think of electronic items inside your inventory and inside of your van, motion sensor, sound sensor, all of your media equipment, photo camera, video camera, sound recorder, etc., no EMF reader, no spirit box, none of that. So a good portion of the equipment you would need to get evidence in your gameplay is not going to be available to you. Plus, it gets a little bit worse. So let's dive into the actual settings with this magnifying glass right here. So for the player stats, you have normal sanity. You start with 100% sanity. And I know that it says sanity pill restoration is 40%, but don't let that fool you. There are no sanity pills inside the van. So there is no way to actually regain sanity once you have lost it. It's a bit of a troll. Sanity drain speed is normal, 100%. You have sprinting, you have normal player speed, and you can use flashlight. Not too bad. But for the ghost over here, ghost speed is normal, roaming frequency is medium, changing favorite rooms is none, which is very big. So wherever the ghost room is, it can never change room. Its ghost changing favorite room setting is none. So if you see the ghost is starting to roam around a lot, it could be one of the stalker ghosts like Banshee, Phantom, Wraith, etc. So always keep that in mind. And for your grace period, you have 5 seconds of grace period. That means that the moment the front door locks and the ghost starts hunting, you're going to hear 5 seconds of ghost hunting sounds, but it won't actually manifest to come and find you for those 5 full seconds. You have 5 seconds to get out of the way and go find a hiding spot. So that's actually very good. It's a lot of very generous amount of time to get into a hiding spot. But you may not want to do that because you may want to try to loop the ghost to try to observe it, because you don't have the opportunity to get as much evidence as you would otherwise. Evidence given, speaking of, is 3, and the hunt duration is low. So when the ghost does hunt, it's not going to hunt for very long. So you're not going to have to loop the ghost for that long in order before the hunt actually ends. And you could get up to 3 pieces of evidence, but you unlikely will because we don't have that much equipment in the van. Now, fingerprint chance is 100% with 120 per second fingerprint duration. Setup time is 300 seconds. You have some time to get in there and get yourself set up before the ghost will even start kind of doing a lot of stuff and things and attacking you, so you have that little bit of a buffer. Weather is random. Door starting open is none. So if you ever see a door open, it could be open because of the ghost. So keep that in mind as well when you're trying to find your ghost room potential. Also, you have the activity meter and the sanity meter available inside of your location, inside of the van. And the number of hiding places is very high, so pretty much every single hiding spot will be available in this round. The cursed possession you have guaranteed is the Ouija board. So if you ever want to ask the ghost, where are you, or anything like that, you can ask it on the Ouija board at a cost of a very high amount of sanity that you will not get back. So just keep that in mind if you decide to go that route. Now, the fuse box is broken. You will have no breaker, you will have no interior lights. That means your sanity is going to be draining very fast unless you use a candle. So, without any further ado, let's get inside there. And a little bit of a reminder to everybody, as always, we do indeed do these weekly challenges live the moment it resets on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. My Twitch account is _Brotator Chip, just like YouTube, just like TikTok, just like Twitter or X. Everywhere else, it's always the _Brotator Chip. And if you want to tune in live to watch me do these, we would love to have you there. Here is our schedule for streaming if you ever want to tune into any of our streams. And I would really like to bring in some YouTube streams too with the schedule. So if you, the Tater Talk crew over here on YouTube, would like to see me stream more often on YouTube, let me know down in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get into the round. We're going to Ridgeview. Let's do it. We're in the round, and we have this inside of the van for us. Tier 3 writing book. Tier 2 UV. Thank goodness we have that because it's not considered electronics. Therefore, we can still get UV fingerprints. Tier 1 thermometer. Tier 1 crucifix, which only has the ability to have 1 use per crucifix. So if the ghost burns this, it's done already. Only got 1 usage. Tier 2 salt. Tier 1 incense. Tier 1 igniter. And Tier 2 candle. So candle's a good way to be able to preserve some of your sanity if you wanted to. So for my initial loadout here, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring thermometer. I'm going to bring UV light. I'll bring a candle and an igniter that doesn't take up inventory spot. This is going to be my initial loadout. Remember, there are no lights inside the location. The breaker is going to be broken. And if we see any doors open, we want to investigate to see if that's going to be the ghost room. Let's get in there. We could always use the Ouija board to ask where the ghost is to be able to cut down some of our time. All right, we are in. Want to keep your ears open and be very alert to see if you hear any interaction sounds whatsoever, to know that you have a potential ghost in that location or in that direction. The Ouija board on Ridgeview, if you don't know, spawns inside of the washer dryer room to the left or the other side of the bathroom in the downstairs area, and it spawns right here on this shelf, so you can utilize it right there. Close these doors so I don't confuse myself. Ghost, where you at? Give me a sign. And we can always bring out my thermometer and see what the base temperature is in this location. Keep a very good eye on that red bar, because we want to know, is it dropping towards 5? If it's dropping towards 5, it's probably going to be our ghost room. But as you can see, it's going towards 10, so it's too warm here. Too warm here indeed. Let's go to the garage and see what the temp is in here. Temperature in garage is going up towards 15. Too warm in here as well. Ooh, I just heard the ghost throw a basketball, I think. Yep, there's a ball right there coming down from the upstairs area. So maybe an upstairs ghosting. What's the temperature right here in this hallway? My mercury thermometer is going down. So it was at 15, it's going down to 10. I see that we have a thrown picture frame here. So more than likely we have either a hallway ghost upstairs or the ghost is in a nearby room. But for right now, I'd say we leave some of this stuff here, go back to the van, grab ourselves our tier 3 writing book, and get an incense too, just in case. Now, the likelihood that we're going to have any of the pieces of evidence that we have right now isn't very good, to be honest. But we're going to have to make the best of what we can. We can bring in salt to try to force UV. If it walks through salt, we can see if it has UV footprints with our tier 2 UV. We're going to bring the book in, and I'm also going to bring the incense in. Since we have 5-second grace period, I feel like the incense is more beneficial than the crucifix itself. We're going back in. I'm going to drop salt down in the hallway. Make sure I really spread these out, too. Oh, I do hear the shower going off. One salt here, here, and here. It's already walked through it. There are no UV footsteps through either of these salt piles. So we can say right now, I walked in salt, so it's not going to be right. It didn't leave UV. This is 3 evidence gameplay. You have the opportunity to get 3 evidences. So since there's no UV there, twice, 2 different salt piles, no UV. We can say no UV. And just cross it out like that. Now, another thing, too, is if the book gets thrown on 3 evidence gameplay, you're not going to have ghost writing. If it's 2 evidence or 1 evidence gameplay, you can't just eliminate book writing, because it could be hiding that particular evidence. You always got to keep that in mind. The temperature in this hallway is indeed sitting around 5 degrees. So I'm not sure if it's actually in the hallway or it's in the bathroom. Let's go check bathroom. Is the temperature going below 5 in this bathroom? Nope. The temperature is going up. It's going towards 10 in this bathroom, which is telling me it's not in this room. It's too warm in here. What about this teal bedroom over here, where the monkey paw could spawn? Temperature inside this room is going beyond 10, so it's too warm in here as well. And when I step back out of the hallway, the temperature is going down to 10. It is going to go below 10, so it is a hallway ghost. Relighting that. If it blows out again less than 20 seconds, it's Onryo. That's one of the best ways to test for Onryo. Onryo is the only ghost in the game that can blow out the same firelight, not multiple firelights, the same one, twice in less than 20 seconds. So unfortunately, the UV is going to be useless here. And we have no signs of freezing temps yet. And it's not doing a whole lot with me here. I'm not noticing a lot of activity. And I'm staying around this firelight to try to preserve my sanity, because although it's not well lit in here, the candle reduces how fast your sanity will actually get drained. So it's good to have this around. You blew it out again, relit it. Every time you relight it, you're using one of the matches from your tier 1 matchbox. Make sure you keep that in mind. Got a door touch here. We can always keep an eye on possible door touches and interactions for Yurei. Yureis can only fully open or fully close doors. They cannot do partial touches. So if you ever see a door get touched and it only goes like this, you can say it's not a Yurei. It's still sitting around that 5-degree mark at the thermometer, so unfortunately no help this round. Freezing temperatures is probably one of my most infuriating pieces of evidence in Phasmophobia. And the reason for that is, sometimes it can take 5 to 10 minutes just to get freezing temperatures in Phasmo. especially if the ghost is doing a lot of wandering and going in and out of rooms a lot. It never has a chance to settle long enough to get freezing temperature, which could be a little bit of a hassle, and you're just sitting around waiting for something to happen. Which is a big reason why I play no evidence gameplay and my usual gameplay, and that is my preferred game style. Because I don't have to rely on any evidence to try to happen. I could just get in and out when I know what the ghost is. Now, the ghost is doing a lot of blowing out of this candle, but it's never been less than 20 seconds in between. Onryo is still possible without UV. But Onryo would indeed also have freezing temperature. So since Onryo would have freezing temperatures, we're really looking for that to be possible on our thermometer. The temperature has gone from 5 down to like 3 degrees, and it's going back up to 4. There's a lot of fluctuations in tier 1 thermometer. Kind of has at least a 2-degree difference of what the actual temperature is. We'll go 2 degrees below, 2 degrees above that actual real temperature. This ghost's activity is very, very low. It's not eventing. It's not throwing a lot of stuff. It's not interacting with doors that much. I would be very surprised if this is going to be something like Oni, because Onis tend to do a lot of the ghost events and are very active. I'm not hearing any twin interactions either, where it's throwing something in one area and then immediately throwing something somewhere else, where you have 2 different simultaneous interactions happening from different twins. I'm just not getting that either. I think the best thing to do right now for us is to go and cause a cursed hunt. To go use that Ouija board and see if we can make something happen with it. Let's go downstairs, set up our candle, and just bust the Ouija board. Figure out what we're dealing with here. I got my 2 light sources here to be able to illuminate this area to actually see the ghost. I have enough matches inside of my box to be able to light my incense in my inventory. Hide and seek. Here it comes. Later. Should be coming in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Let's see if the ghost is fast or slow, has line of sight speed or not. I'm assuming it's a crawler because I cannot see it. I cannot see the ghost. Incredibly unfortunate. I'm gonna repel it for the simple fact of being able to see when it's gonna hunt again. Oh boy. So I did a repel timer there. The repel timer is gonna be helpful for testing for spirit. Because if this ghost does not hunt again in 3 full minutes, there's a good possibility it's going to end up being that spirit. Or possibly shade if we're inside its area and decreasing its level of activity. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go check my level of sanity real quick. Because I want to know what my sanity is so I can possibly rule out any chance of a maroon. So my sanity right now is... Oh, wow, it's really good. So you can tell how well that candle really retained my sanity back. So I'm only at 81%. So even if it was a Moroi, it really wouldn't have been that fast because we have high sanity. Moroi's speed is based on your sanity level. I probably should have asked a couple questions before I broke the board. That way it could have had a good opportunity to drain my sanity down. But what we know right now is it's definitely not a Deogen. Deogen would have rushed to my location and then slowed down when it got in proximity of me. The ghost definitely sped up the longer it saw me, which is what we call line of sight speed, where the ghost gets faster and faster the longer they see a player. So it's not going to be Fae or Revenant. Fae and Revenant don't have the ability to gain line of sight speed. Neither does Hantu, but Hantu's not possible at this time because we don't have UV. It's really difficult to be able to rule out Raiju, because with Raiju, we don't have any electronics here. It's a primitive challenge, but Raijus do have a very loud, bassy heartbeat during an active hunt. And I didn't hear that coming from this ghost. So I could probably eliminate Raiju just off that alone. Right now, it's been 1 minute and 45 seconds since I've repelled this ghost. Didn't write in the book. No writing in the book yet. But we do have below freezing temperatures. We are well below that 0 bar on the mercury thermometer. If they could say freezing. So, Moroi, Onryo, Twins, Oni, Shade, or Yurei. It really does feel like a Shade, to be honest. It really does, because it's not doing much at all with me here. I can set up some more candles, though, to definitely test out to see if we're going to have Onryo. We got a door touch here. Oh, it lit a candle. Lit a candle. Look at this. So, we don't even have to go get candles now to test for Onryo. The only ghost in Phasmophobia that cannot light a candle on its own like this would be Onryo. So, Onryo is out. I didn't light that candle the ghost did. Very good. I'm gonna leave this book here, because if we do end up getting book writing, it would definitely lead us towards Shade again. Definitely lead us towards Shade. So I'm hoping for that. And I'm gonna leave the area, so maybe it'll try to entice it to actually write in that book. And I'll bring the second book in as well, just to kind of sweeten the odds. Plus, I see I only have one match left inside of my matchbox, maybe two. I want to get a new matchbox. Got another one of these, matchbox. I think we are good to go. Let's go get another book down. I'm not a big fan of weekly challenges that remove your opportunity to have a flashlight or a good lighting in game. I just don't find them very interesting, because I don't like games that remove your opportunity to have vision to add a scare factor. I don't find it scary. I find it a little bit more annoying than anything else. But I'd love to hear your feedback about it in the comment section. Plus, I always feel bad because when I'm making content for all of you wonderful people out there, you guys can't see either, so I know that that's definitely a factor. Turn on the shower again up here. Okay, that door just made a lot of noise, but it did not move at all. And I still have Yurei on the board, so I'm looking to see if it's going to do a partial door touch, but every time it interacts with the door, it doesn't move. So we could be dealing with Yurei. It's definitely a possibility. I just heard it throw an object. I'm going to go downstairs and grab my tier 2 UV light to be able to give me a little bit of light up here, because it is rather dark. Shake it up, make sure it's nice and glowing. Still got this candle on in this room. Couple throwing objects in here. Bone! Bone has been acquired. Let's go. Here are a couple more throws happening. Now, I still see my breath inside this hallway, so I'm assuming the ghost room is still the hallway and not an exterior room that's off the side of this hallway. But I'm still going to move this book over here just in case it's more inside this room than any other room. It can write from there. But look at this. We have a singing event. We have a singing event. There's one ghost in Phasmophobia that cannot do singing events, and that would be the Shade. So one less ghost is now eliminated from our journal. So it's going to be Yurei, Oni, Twins, or Moroi. And we should be slowly losing sanity as we sit in this dark area, so the next hunt will be even faster. Okay. I'm going to close all these doors, because I don't know what it's touching. Close all the doors, so I can figure out which one it's touching, so I can rule out possible Yurei. It just blew out the candle over in this room that I had. Yep, this candle's been blown out. Still no book writing. And now book writing would end up being Moroi. I am going to say probably not going to be Moroi. It should have written in its book by now. Ghost, help me out here. Open a door. Do something. The ghost's name is Becky Skinner. Becky, open a door for me. Open a door, Becky. I hear some thrown objects, Becky. It's not what I want. I want a door. I don't care about the objects you're throwing. Unfortunately, we don't have any opportunity to go use the curse object again. The Ouija board is already broken. So therefore, we're kind of stuck at the mercy of the ghost and just waiting for something to happen. If you go downstairs, you look outside, you can see that the board is definitely broken right there on the welcome mat, which is going to scare the neighbors for sure. It's not a Halloween decoration, neighbors. It's real. There's demons in here. Still no door interactions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 if you count the closet in here. Door sets to be able to touch, and nothing. Nothing on the doors. This is crazy. If this is a Yurei, it should be having a field day right now with all the doors up here, but it is doing nothing. So on this next hunt, what we have to try to observe is the ghost significantly faster than the previous hunt? If yes, could be fast twin, or it could be Moroi now that we have lower sanity. If the ghost is very slow, then it would be twins, because twins can either be a little fast or a little slow at the start of the hunt, does still benefit from line of sight speed. If the ghost is incredibly visible during the hunt, it would be Oni. And if the ghost decides to finally touch a door and do a full opening or full closing of a door, it'll be Yurei. We're just kind of waiting. For the heck of it, I have to run back outside of the vehicle and know what our sanity is, so it's hunting now? The moment I went to go outside, it's like I'm gonna hunt right now. Let's listen to speed. It's upstairs still. Not fast, not slow. Not fast, not slow. Normal speed. Another crawler. I don't think that's visible enough for Oni. Hard to tell, it's so dark. And the hunt is over. So, if it's not visible enough for Oni, Oni's out. If it's not a little fast or a little slow, it's not Roy, it's not Twins. Yurei's gotta be the answer. Yurei's gotta be the answer. It's just not engaging with any door for whatever reason. We're using process of elimination here. And our sanity is now 46%, so it just dipped below 50%. But I'm gonna lock this up and go for it. I'm gonna lock it up and go for it. The big, like, red flag to me is that every time it touched a door, it didn't move. It didn't move. It was just stuck in place there. And I guess it's because it knew it was going to be a partial movement and it couldn't do a partial movement, so it just didn't move the door, or it was already open. So Yurei was my ghost. There we go. Round number 1 of 3 completed. That was a little bit of a pain because it didn't want to do what it was supposed to be doing. But we got it with process of elimination. Let's go back in there and try it again. All right, same thing. We're going to grab UV, thermometer, igniter, candle. Let's get inside there. I hear some rain. Not bad. Thankfully, we did not get Blood Moon on this round. I've been getting a lot of Blood Moons on my weekly challenges recently. I don't know what my luck is on it, but it's happening. Candles on. I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to ask the Ouija board immediately where the ghost is, just to reduce my sanity a little bit. Just to reduce my sanity a little bit. Come here, Ouija board. I think I actually just heard the ghost throw something, and you know what? It probably was my glow stick hitting the floor. Let's see what we got here. What is your favorite room? L. Living room? Yep. Good night. Goodbye. I mean, goodbye. Yeah, good night. Goodbye. I just heard the ghost try to hit this little lamp switch right here. Now, what ghost cannot interact with light switches? Mayor. So Mayor is out. That light bulb would not have been on already. It tried to turn it on even though the breaker's off. Therefore, Mayor is eliminated. And it's spelled out living room. Make sure you get your thermometer out of this magazine. For whatever reason, items can go inside the magazine. Like, watch this. The item is stuck in the magazine, and you may not even know it's there. You lost an object to it. So just make sure nothing's been eaten up by that magazine. And going back to the truck, gonna grab my 2 books, and probably gonna grab an incense as well. We're just gonna bring both books in. They don't have a lot of stuff to bring in from the van, so might as well. You know, actually, salt for the UV, book, and we'll take the incense. Forgot about salt. Would be able to eliminate the possibility of UV now with salt UV footsteps. Wait a minute. Was that door just shut when I went back in? I didn't shut that door. I just hit the door. I just walked into it. Is this another Yurei? What the heck? I didn't even get to hear the door slam. I just walked right into the door. And the only ghost that can touch a door without an event or a hunt would be Yurei. Unless the moment I walked out and evented and I didn't realize it and it's shut it behind me. That's possible, I suppose. Let's see. Okay, we got a lot of salt around here. Should walk in it relatively quickly. We got some throws happening in the living room. We got some throws happening here in the kitchen with the cutting board. It just tried to hit that light switch again. I'm not seeing any UV on a light switch. Hi? No UV in this hole? Now remember, I have low sanity because I used the Ouija board, so it's not an early hunt probably. Not throwing enough for Poltergeist. Poltergeist can throw something every half of a second. And I didn't see any UV when it walked through the salt, so UV out. And since it walked through the salt, we can say it's not Wraith because Wraith can't walk through salt. No Revenant speed boost when it saw me to immediately 3 meters per second speed. The ghost did have line of sight speed, so it can't be Faye. And it cannot be Deojin. And I don't believe the ghost was visible enough and maintaining its physical form long enough to be Oni. So Oni is out. Yeah, I think we're looking at a possible double Yurei here. I might even open up this front door so we can close it again. Let's light up this candle. Put this candle right here so we got some good visibility. There we go. Yurei door slam on the front door. I cannot believe it. Back-to-back Yureis. It's either a Yurei or a Mimic. It's either a Yurei or a Mimic. But since we didn't have UV, I have to say it's not Mimic. It's got to be the Yurei. We're going to lock that in. We're going to get out of here and go to the next one. Mimics can be a little troublesome in this because you have no way to check for orb. You don't have tier 1 head camera, and you don't have any tier video camera. So the only way you can tell if it's a Mimic is if it changes ghost abilities every 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And you're looking for it, like for example, if it was a Revenant, it had a Revenant speed boost. Then in 30 seconds to 2 minutes, it no longer had Revenant speed boost, you would say that's a Mimic guaranteed. Because the ghost can't just automatically lose its ability like that. Let's just go for the W. 2 for 2 completed. Let's see if we can get a third. Let's go.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
Second
ready
one
for you.
done. Going in for the third. Ridgeview Court. Now, hopefully this time we don't get another Yurei, because that would be absolutely insane. That would be some crazy luck. Get back in there. More rain. I think we're going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to ask the Ouija board where the ghost is. Drain my sanity, because heck, what does he even need sanity for at this point? It's not like I'm going to be able to do a lot of ghost testing with the little equipment I have. Put this here. That there. What is your favorite room? B. Bathroom. Goodbye. Goodbye. Now, technically speaking, the bathroom is actually upstairs. It's not downstairs, because I just remembered this is considered toilet because it's not a bathroom. It doesn't have a shower. The bathroom is actually upstairs. And there's one that's called bathroom, and there's one that's upstairs bathroom. Upstairs bathroom is the one down the long hallway. Bathroom is this one over here. So this is bathroom. Dirty water. The ghost is pooping in the sink. Ghost here. I could have flushed the toilet for you. I'm sorry, all right? Put our stuff down. We have UV on the window. First piece of evidence acquired. Thank goodness it's not going to be a Yurei. Leave our thermometer in here. Let's go get some books from the van. We don't need to bring in salt right now because we already know the ghost has UV. And we're going to go back and get our stuff. So I'm going to get an incense. I'm going to get a crucifix. I'm going to get a book. It's a relatively small room. I should only need one book. Incense, crucifix. Okay. Wish it would have at least given us tier 2 headgear. I think like tier 2 headgear or even tier 1 flashlight would have been plenty sufficient enough to have a little bit of visibility to be able to see when you're walking around. But the candles do help. Books going down inside the ghost room. The bathroom. Crucifix down. Light the candle up. Now, the candle is just for my visibility. There is no possibility of an audio now that we have UV. I don't really have to worry about that at all. What about the temperature? What's the thermometer looking like? Currently, it's around 2 degrees right now. It's around 2 degrees, maybe 1 degree now. It's definitely going down. It's so close to freezing, it might get there. We'll check back in a few. Blow out the candle. And the ghost has touched the door across the hallway. Right. We want to make sure we keep checking for possible Obaki fingerprints where we got a 6-finger fingerprint, because that would be unique evidence for the Obaki that could tell us what it is quickly and not have to make us stick around here for that long. I can also stack up some items inside this bathroom and see if we have a polter explosion. Poltergeist is possible. Oh, hunt. It's going to stay here for a second. 5-second grace period. Normal ghost speed. Normal ghost speed. I think it's downstairs right now. Oh, the hunt's over already. That didn't last long at all. Forgot it's the low hunt setting where it doesn't last very, very long. I wanted to try to look at the ghost's blinking patterns to determine if it was Phantom. Hi, ghost. But we didn't get that opportunity. Continuing to make my little polter. more dirty water in the sink. It would be very cool if you can see like a UV fingerprint like on the spout or on the sink itself that they turned it on. That could be awesome to leave UV on. Let's keep stacking some items in here. No more shoes. Some of this stuff in there. Polter could make this whole little pile of stuff exploded if it want to. I haven't had a Polter explosion in a hot minute too. Was singing event? It just heard a singing event. Shade's not an option, so that doesn't tell me anything. All right, that should be enough stuff for a little Polter explosion. We'll just wait to see what happens. Temperature on the thermometer at this point is still not below 0. It's between 0 and 5 still. But we have had no ghost writing either. And we know the ghost is in here. It keeps blowing out the candle. What would be very helpful is if the ghost threw the book to let me know it's not going to be ghost writing, because then I can go like this in my journal, and that would take out all the stuff on the left side here, all these 3. Oh, we got ghost writing. Well, that makes it even simpler. Now we only have 3 remaining. So we either have Myling, Poltergeist, or Demon. Now this ghost hasn't hunted yet. Never mind. I was going to say it hasn't hunted yet. Probably not going to be Demon, but now who knows? But I just still feel like Demon would have been a little bit more aggressive and hunted sooner. Keep getting some more stuff on that Polty pile. Because now the Polty dream is possibly alive. Okay. Couple throws. Not much, though. Not much. Singular objects only. Jeez, ghost, calm down. I'm right here. Screaming at me over here. Blew out my candle again. This ghost doesn't want me to have visibility. It's like, you get no light. No light for you. I think what we might actually do now is go downstairs, cause a curse hunt to happen with the Ouija board, and listen to see if the ghost is going to have very quiet footsteps for Myling. That could be one play. Or to see if it's going to throw a lot of stuff around the dining room table for Poltergeist. Let's do that. Throw all this here. Oh, went on the ground. Let's try that again. It's hunting right now. Hunting on its own. Hello. Let's see what we got here. It's coming down. No thrown objects. Okay, and that didn't last very long at all. The hunt's already over. So I'm going to say no Polter because I think it threw maybe one thing, maybe one piece of silverware. And I'm going to definitely break the Ouija board now. Ouija board's here. Hide and seek. There it goes. Let's listen to the footsteps from afar. Boom. See if we can hear the ghost from over here. I hear it upstairs. Coming down. Interesting. I think it went right back upstairs, but I didn't hear any footsteps when it came down initially. I heard it throw like 1 or 2 objects from the table, and I heard the object throw, but I did not hear the ghost's footstep, which is the big red flag of Myling. You can hear the ghost throwing stuff, but you can't hear it walking. Could possibly be a Myling, depending on where the ghost is, if it's on the same floor as you. But I think for this one, I'm going to lock in Myling and get out of here. It doesn't feel aggressive enough for Demon. It's not throwing enough for Polter. It just makes a lot of sense with process elimination, too. So I think we may be 3 for 3 on this. Let's see. Smoke him if you got him. Possibly end 2 weekly challenge here. Primitive. Let's go. Modeling it was. Now, obviously, again, we've already done Primitive live on Sunday when we did this on Twitch at _Brotatorship to get our $5,000 and 5,000 XP. And if you'd ever like to tune in to watch those streams, there is the schedule again. And to also reiterate, I want to hear your feedback over here on YouTube. As the Tater Talk community on YouTube, do you want to see me do more YouTube streams here on channel? Because if you do, I would really like to do more of them. but I want to be able to get a little bit of a feeler out there for the community. I might even put a poll on the main YouTube channel there, so everybody has an opportunity to get their opinion in live on our poster board here on YouTube and inside of our Discord as well, which you can find the link to our Discord in the description below, as well as our other social media accounts too. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck with the weekly challenge. It's a little bit difficult, but honestly, if you take your time and go one ghost at a time to eliminate it, knowing its ghost abilities, you will get there, even with the very limited amount of equipment you have in your van. Till I see you all next time, happy ghost hunting and stay crispy.